I request everyone to kindly settle down. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Pune Times Mirror's flagship national initiative, Future Cities Forum 2026. Today is not merely an event. It is the beginning of a national movement. A movement that asks one defining question. Can India's cities become the engines that power India's next era of growth? Cities generate opportunity. Cities inspire innovation. Cities create employment. Cities shape economies. And today, some of India's finest minds have gathered under one roof to discuss how our cities can become smarter, greener, more inclusive, and globally competitive. Future City Forum is envisioned as a national platform that will travel across India, from Mumbai to Pune, Delhi, Bangalore, Shimla, and beyond, bringing together those who believe cities are central to India's future. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of the Honorable Governor of Himachal Pradesh, distinguished guests and dignitaries, educators, students, industry leaders, and members of the Lexicon Group. I would like to thank our partners, Pitti Group, The Mills, Kohinoor Group, Amanora Parktown, Siddhi Vinayak, Lokmanya, and Lexicon Management Institute for leadership and excellence. Every great journey begins with gratitude to the motherland. Let us begin this solemn occasion with a tribute to Bharat Mata through Vande Mataram, our national anthem, and our Maharashtra state song. May I request everyone to kindly rise, and I request you all to remain standing through the entire time. In Indian tradition, the lighting of the lamp symbolizes triumph of knowledge over ignorance, hope over despair, and light over darkness. May I now invite our esteemed dignitaries onto the stage for the ceremonial lamp lighting ceremony. The Honorable Governor of Himachal Pradesh, Shri Kavinder Gupta ji, Dr. Pankaj Sharma, Chairman, Lexicon Group and Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror, Neeraj Sharma, Vice Chairman, Lexicon Group and Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror, Dr. Ved Prakash Sharma, Social Worker, Srimati Sheetal Biani, Director, Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror. Thank you. May I now please invite Shri Neeraj Sharma, Vice Chairman, the Lexicon Group and Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror to address the gathering.
Thank you, Shreya. A very good evening to all present here. Honorable Governor Sahab, dignitaries on the dais. Before I say anything, I would like to thank Sir for being here, for taking his time out. It's not easy. He's a very, very busy person. And आपने सर समय निकाला इसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया धन्यवाद. I was spending some time with him and listening to him. बड़ा मज़ा आया इनसे बातें करके, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला. इन्होंने अपनी पूरी जीवन कथा बताई और उसमें इतने उतार चढ़ाव इन्होंने देखे हैं और आज उन सब मुश्किलों को झेल कर आज ये इस स्थान पे आए हैं, इस जगह पहुँचे हैं. So there's lots to learn from him. I learned a lot today and I'm sure as the evening progresses, we all will learn a lot from him. मेरा मानना ये है कि एक इंसान की ज़िंदगी, एक शहर, एक देश बनता है आदान प्रदान से कि आप देते क्या हो और आप लेते क्या हो. सो अगर आप सही चीज़ें अपने शहर को, अपने देश को दोगे तो आपको सही वापस मिलेगा और गलत दोगे तो गलत वापस मिलेगा. बड़ा सिंपल सा प्रिंसिपल है लाइफ का कि जो बोगे वो पाओगे. What you sow, so shall you reap. Otherwise, ये नेचर का भी नियम है, ये प्रकृति का भी नियम है कि जो बोगे वो पाओगे. सो इट इज़ एक्सट्रीमली इम्पॉर्टेंट कि हम क्या बोते हैं, हम हमारे देश को क्या देते हैं, हम हमारे शहर को क्या देते हैं। और अगर आपको कुछ देना है अपने शहर को, अपने देश को, तो सबसे पहले आपको सक्षम होना पड़ेगा उस चीज़ को प्रदान करने के लिए, बिकॉज आप प्रदान कर रहे हो अपने देश को, अपने देशवासियों को, अपने शहरवासियों को। तो वो क्षमता जो है आपको अपने आप में, और हर सिटीज़न को अपने आप में वो डेवलप करनी होगी। वी विल हैव टू डेवलप दैट, एंड दैट क्षमता इज़ ऑफ गिविंग इज़ बेसिकली हैविंग द राइट वैल्यूज़ इन प्लेस। हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है हर सिटीज़न के लिए दैट वी हैव द राइट वैल्यूज़, वी हैव लव फॉर ईच अदर, whatever community, caste, creed, culture, how much ever money or no money person would have. So loving everybody is extremely important. Having respect for people, extremely important. Having respect for women, extremely important. Because अगर ये चीज़ें हम अपने आप में डेवलप कर सकें, तो ये हमारी जो हम प्रदान करते हैं अपनी तरफ से, जो हमारा इनपुट है अपनी तरफ से हमारे देश के लिए, हमारे परिवार के लिए, हमारे शहर के लिए, आई थिंक दैट इज़ द बेयर मिनिमम दैट वी कैन डू। और जब लेने की बारी आए तो सही चीज़ें लेनी भी चाहिए, सही चीज़ें मांगनी भी चाहिए। अगर आप ले रहे हो, अगर आप इस शहर को बढ़ाने के लिए, अगर आप इस शहर से इसके पेड़ मांग लो, अगर आप इस शहर से इसका पानी मांग लो, अगर आप इस शहर से इसकी जीवन शैली मांग लो, तो आपने दिया क्या और लिया क्या? If you're taking away the right ingredients that are needed for a city to grow, for a country to grow, अगर आपने वही चीज़ गलत उठा ली इस शहर से, ये सोचते हुए कि आप इस शहर का डेवलपमेंट कर रहे हैं, तो शायद हमको ये सोचना पड़ेगा दोबारा, आर वी ऑन द राइट ट्रैक, क्या हम सही कर रहे हैं? Extremely important, my dear friends, we have to understand this, and I'm really would like to congratulate the team of Pune Mirror to pick up this topic today, because I always say that our duty as a newspaper is to look at what's happening around in the city and notify it to the citizens, but our duty also is to ensure as a newspaper to do the right things, bring out the right topics, and make the right movement so that we can create a better place, a better city, and a better country to live in. That is extremely important. एक छोटी सी बात बोल के I will stop here. मेरी मदर हमेशा कहती थी, उनका कहना था ये कि अगर, so she never told both we brothers के पंकज सर को या मुझे कभी ऐसा नहीं उन्होंने कहा कि घर साफ कर दो। उन्होंने हमेशा सिर्फ इतना ही कहा है कि बेटा अपना कमरा साफ कर दो। अगर हर बंदा अपने घर में अपना कमरा साफ कर लेगा तो पूरा घर अपने आप साफ हो जाएगा। सो दैट इज़ व्हाट आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ अस, कि हम बात कर रहे हैं कि हमको इस शहर को बदलना है, हम बात कर रहे हैं कि हमको इस देश को बदलना है। मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूँगा कि हम अपने आप को अगर बदल पाए तो ऑटोमेटिकली बाय प्रोडक्ट विल बी दैट विल बी इन अ बेटर प्लेस, इन अ बेटर सिटी एंड अ बेटर कंट्री टू लिव इन। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and continued commitment towards nation building through education and responsible media. It is now our privilege to honor our chief guest. May I invite Shri Pankaj Sharma and Shri Neeraj Sharma to felicitate the Honorable Governor of Himachal Pradesh, Shri Kavinder Gupta ji. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, cities are not built by infrastructure alone. They are built by visionary entrepreneurs, social leaders, innovators, healthcare professionals, educationists, and institutions that dedicate themselves to public good. Today, Pune Times Mirror proudly recognizes individuals who have contributed significantly towards shaping Pune's future. May I request our dignitaries on dais to kindly join us for the felicitation ceremony. Shri K.K. Goyal, Chairman, Kohinoor Group. I request you to please come on stage, sir. Please give him a big round of applause. Sushil Jadhav, Lokmanya Multipurpose Cooperative Society. Can I request a representative of the Siddhi Vinayak group to kindly come on stage, please? May I invite Archana More, editor, Pune Times Mirror, to join us for felicitation. Advocate Dr. Chinmay Bhosle, practicing advocate and co-founder of Nyay. Mr. Ambar Yade, Managing Director and CEO, Rural Enhancers Group. Dhruv Ruparel, President, Pune Petrol Dealers Association. Dr. Pranav Charkha, Director, Industry Institute, Interaction and Innovation, Pimpri-Chinchwad University. Thank you, Archana ma'am. May I request Mr. Akash to please come on stage. Akash Rajpurohit, CEO, Pune Times Mirror. Indranil Chitle, Managing Partner, Chitle Bandhu. Dr. Nitin Pai, Director of Gastronomy, Ruby Hall Clinic. Mr. Umang Pitti, owner, Raja Bahadur International Limited. Mr. Krishnan Kamandur, CEO, Aadhar Poonawalla Clean City Initiative. Thank you, Akash sir. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed further, let us witness the journey of a media institution that has consistently championed fearless journalism, civic responsibility, and meaningful public dialogue. Please play the LED.
Reporting for Pune Times Mirror.
From Pune Times Mirror. From Pune Times Mirror.
Every great nation and every great national initiative begins with a vision. Future Cities Forum has been conceived as a platform where governance, business innovations, sustainability, and citizen participations have a very important value. To unveil this vision, may I call upon Mr. Akash Raj Purohit, CEO, Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror, to moderate. May I please also call upon our speakers, Advocate Dr. Chinmay Bhosle, practicing advocate and co-founder of Nyay, Ambar Ayade, Managing Director and CEO, Rural Enhancers Group, Dhruv Ruparel, President, Pune Petrol Dealers Association, Dr. Pranav Chakra, Director, Industry Institute, Interaction and Innovation, Pimpri Chinchwad University, Indranil Chitle, Managing Partner, Chitle Bandhu, Dr. Nitin Pai, Director of Gastrology, Ruby Hall Clinic.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, respected Honorable Governor, sir, distinguished guest, respected panelists, ladies and gentlemen. On the behalf of Pune Times Mirror and the entire Lexicon Group, it's a privilege to welcome all of you for the Future City Forum 2026. Generally, I start with a story to set the context so that we all know what we're discussing about. But the need of the hour is that we need to be, we are running on a tightrope and we have a very strict deadline. So I'll try to be as crisp as possible. Along with that, I'll try to be relevant as well. So just be with me. I just want you guys to be with me in a time machine and I'll take you to 1991. There are a lot of young faces out here. I'm sure it will be a news to you. In 1991, when India opened its door, it's opened its economy for the world, things were a bit different. In the sense that internet was for the lucky ones few, mobile was a privilege, consulting a doctor, taking online classes, ordering food on the mobile, running entire business on a handheld device was a far-fetched thought. You can say impossible one. But this one generation has achieved it, and not achieved it, overachieved it, and all that was seeming impossible is just a normal in today's days. India is on the same juncture now. Before it takes a long leap, in 2047, we are going to complete 100 years of independence. And 50% of our population is going to reside in the cities. All the cities contributing 75% of the GDP of this country. So what does it say? It says that the future of this country is not going to be written only in Delhi and Bombay. The future is going to come from Pune, from Baroda, Surat, Nasik, Nagpur, Indore, many other cities which are going to come up very soon. So the question is that, are the cities going to be growing? That's the wrong question. Are they going to grow in an intelligent way? That's the right question. I'll just take you 20 years ahead now in future. Okay. And just imagine a bus, an autonomous bus, electric bus, who comes and picks your kid and on time, every time safely, without any driver. Traffic signal that doesn't control the traffic anymore, but also identifies the congestion much in advance so that there is no congestion at all, so that the free flow of traffic happens. Your smartwatch identifies any health scar a week in advance, 10 days in advance, so that you have ample time to take corrective measures. Government services available in minutes and not in days. Earlier it was months. So all these seems like impossible, but I'm sure it's going to happen. And it's not going to happen easily. It will take a lot of discussions. So it's not about technology anymore. It's all about the vision. And that's the main reason why we are all are here for. I'm so lucky that I'm actually moderating this panel. And I'll just introduce this panel before we jump into the discussion. So we are joined by leaders representing global infrastructure and investment, Mr. Amber. Yeah. For healthcare, we have Mr. Nitin. For law and governance, we have Mr. Chinmay, Dr. Chinmay. For higher education, we have Dr. Pranav. For energy and mobility, we have Mr. Dhruv. And business and entrepreneurship, the Dr. Pranav. Sorry, Indraneel. I'm so sorry. Mr. Indraneel. Hi. Each one brings a unique perspective, but together they represent the very pillars on which the India future cities will be built. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our distinguished panelists with a round of applause, please. So before jumping into the conversation, I just want to throw one common question to all of you so that we can start on a same line. So when it comes to future city, what are the first characteristics that comes into your mind? And it's open for all. You can start.
Well, I think cities is a place where you're going to have the largest chunk of population wanting to be highly productive for the country. So you want it to be a place where things are seamlessly integrated and that way sustainable and something that creates the talent of the future.
Thank you for being so precise because you took it seriously that we are running through a tight schedule. But don't be so tight, you can speak, yeah.
Being an educationist, universities play a vital role in being the future cities because we are the talent development institutions and definitely sustainability is a major issue at every stake, at every places. So sustainability plays a vital role in building the future cities in coming time.
Thank you so much.
So I belong to a generation of doctors and we've been in Pune city for a long time. I work in a tertiary hospital, but I do see the kind of profile that we're seeing now. So on one hand, we have medical tourism with people coming here because you cannot get an appointment abroad. And on the other hand, I still have my patient who's coming from Dhule and from the smaller sitting saying, ki, sir, 200 rupayaचं travel karun alelo hai. So those are the problems that we really face and we hope at some time we're going to reach where nobody speaks in terms of distances and money and says, we came here because we think we're going to get the best treatment. Not because we are forced to come to you people. I wish we could get those treatment in our city. But when a person comes, 200 rupaye travel karun alo, with him comes 2 attendants, comes somebody to eat, somewhere to stay, and those are our dilemmas that we see. On the other hand, we have somebody who's coming from abroad saying, I've got 5 days, fix me up, I've got the money to pay for you, I'll get my appointment in Canada and the UK after 6 months, but I heard an Indian doctor can do this in 48 hours. And that's the truth of our place. We live in a place which has plenty for some and very little for somebody else. And that's our problem.
So true, sir. So true.
I think from what I expect personally from a future city is something which goes unnoticed, and that's the untangible aspects of it. We usually, when we speak about future cities development, we only run after the infrastructure bit. How tall the buildings are, how wide the roads are. But we often miss out the things which are intangible in nature maybe. How is the quality of life? What's the environment that you're getting to live in? What is the way in which you can actually conduct your day-to-day work culture? It's an example to give is like maybe we have a dam full of waters at the peripheral of it. But if you go and look at it, the silt is not removed for 50 years. If that's really something which I'm trying to say. So if it's a future city which we are really aiming at, it should be really a silt-free dam which is really full with water.
Thank you.
On the energy perspective, now my family has been into this business since the past 60 years. So we've seen how the industry has evolved basically. So it started all from kerosene. So we had a kerosene and it started all from bullock carts. And now we are coming into such fuels, which are not even visible in nature. Nature like CNG and hydrogen. So I feel like for a city, not only the population. See, as of now, if you see only the population increasing, but as compared to that, the connected infrastructure is not increasing at that pace. So I feel that going ahead, this is going to cause a lot of scarcity on the infrastructure part. Like in fuel supplies also, the fuel stations which should be there as per the population, people are wasting time at fuel stations. So we are, on this part, as Petrol Dealers Association, we are tying up with a company who will be giving you real-time status of a petrol station, and you can go that slot. And we are also working on this, that you can book a future slot without paying any extra money, so that you save time at the petrol station.
Planning that.
Yes,
That's great.
Hi. So, yeah, I'm audible, I hope. So, basically, I hope you have all reached safely today despite of the heavy rains. And I feel that your Google Maps must have said today, I'm sorry, but you are at your own, because that was the weather. Perhaps this is the great time today to discuss about how the city should be tomorrow. I feel that, as Indranil has rightly said about sustainability. Sustainability is always incomplete without scalability. So I personally feel that when we are talking about the futuristic cities, we should talk about an ecosystem which is just not emphasized on one particular sector, but also which can integrate sustainability and scalability together, as they are, from their respective fields, and emphasizing that, okay, because Mother Nature has already given us the live presentation today as to what we expect from tomorrow, right? So anything and everything what we do should have planned 20 years or 10 years ahead. I would definitely talk from the financing and the low-cost capital and the global capital point of view in the further questions if I get the time. But I personally feel that these two factors makes larger impact while defining any future tomorrow. Thanks.
True. Sir.
सबसे पहले तो मैं पुणे टाइम्स मिरर को धन्यवाद दूंगा.
थैंक यू सर.
फ्यूचर सिटीज़ फोरम का आपने जो सब्जेक्ट लिया है बहुत बढ़िया है. मेरे ख्याल से इस हॉल में बैठे सभी लोगों में कहना चाहूँगा कि मैंने पूना को बहुत बदलते देखा है. मैंने टांगों का शहर कहते थे पहले इसको, फिर साइकिल का शहर बन गया कि पूना इतनी साइकिल पूरी इंडिया में कहीं नहीं होती थी. और ऐसे करते करते फिर ऑटो हब बन गया, फिर शिक्षण का माहिरगर, विद्येचा माहिरगर ऐसा बोलने, मतलब एजुकेशन हब हुआ, फिर IT हब हुआ, अब भी जाके मेट्रो हब बनने जा रहा है. तो पूना ने बहुत ज़्यादा सारे चेंजेस पूना के लोगों ने देखे हैं. और मैं तो ये कहूँगा कि अगर फ्यूचर को डेवलप करना है, सिटी को डेवलप करना है, तो सबसे पहले जो रिजर्वेशन हम डालते हैं, या तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट या PMC, वो सबसे पहले डेवलप होने चाहिए. आबादी बढ़ते जा रही है, पर जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप होना चाहिए वो वक्त पे नहीं होता, और इसलिए फिर स्लम डेवलपमेंट हो जाती है, स्लम आ जाते हैं टाइम पे. अगर रोड का, क्योंकि 3 चीज़ें जरूरी है सिटी डेवलप के लिए. एक तो बढ़िया रोड्स हो, पानी की व्यवस्था हो, हाइजीन हेल्थ का हो, ये सारे 3-4 चीज़ों पे ध्यान देंगे तो बहुत बढ़िया सिटी बन सकेगी. अभी भी जो भी अनरिजर्व डेवलपमेंट है, अगर वो डेवलपमेंट कर दिए, आगे का 10 साल बाद जो आबादी होने वाली है, लोक संख्या पॉपुलेशन होने वाली है, उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए अभी से अगर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना दिया तो ये हमारी सिटी नंबर 1 सिटी हो जाएगी, ऐसा मेरा मानना है.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, I'll collate by listening to all of you. So, I gave you an example that we are aspiring for a future city which is a lot of automated in its nature, which brings a lot of ease to all of us. बहुत आसानी हो जाएगी हमको उस सिटी में जीने के लिए. बट उसका एक पैरेलल भी है. सारी चीज़ें सेम होंगी, ऊंची इमारतें होंगी, अच्छा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होगा, चौड़ी सड़कें होंगी, सब कुछ होगा, बट उसके साथ में बहुत सारा पोल्यूशन भी होगा, बहुत सारा कंजेशन भी होगा, बहुत सारी बेसिकली अनहेल्दी एयर होगी. तो बेसिकली हमको डेवलपमेंट चाहिए, हमको ग्रो करना है. सवाल ये नहीं है कि सिटी ग्रो करेगी नहीं करेगी, डेफिनेटली करेगी, बट इंटरनेशनली सही तरीके से करेगी. वो इसलिए शायद हम यहाँ पे सारी लोग बात कर रहे हैं. एंड ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन हैज़ contributed to the same direction, that all the cities should grow, but they should grow with a proper vision in mind, because growth can't be stopped. But the direction of a growth is very important that we have to look for. Amber sir, India's infrastructure ambitions are, that it's enormous. But how can an innovative financing models help cities build world-class infrastructure without putting excessive pressure on public finance? Actually, I made this very easy so that people can understand. Otherwise, no, it was much, tough.
Yes, this should be from my core domain because yeah, I hope I'm audible. I think this should be one of my core domain question. What we did in 24-25, an experiment with after discussion with the leaderships, that we have delivered country's first export credit finance with Pune Municipal Corporation. So there we delivered about 42 million euros and currently constructing Pune is one of the biggest hospital coming at Varje site. So what I have analyzed personally that most of the times ये जो PMC के reserves होते हैं, PMC के finances होते हैं, those are largely depend on the budgetary allocations or the physical, the financial physicals or from the state borrowings. Traditional borrowing में PMC को उतना ज़्यादा leverage नहीं मिलता है in terms of you have a limitations as a stakeholder or you have a limitations as an implementer of that program. So what particularly one pilot program or pilot example we have delivered in 23, 24, 25 that we approach on the basis of credibility what Pune Municipal Corporation holds. We basically approach to one of the export credit agency from the Netherlands and convince them the kind of credibility, kind of financial feasibility and the kind of longer tenure Pune as a city, Pune as a municipal civic body holds. Surprisingly, many of the European states still today does not know that Pune, cities like Pune has a major fiscal budgetary allocations than any of the province there at Europe or maybe at USA, right? So depending on their scalability, depending on our PMC's financial model, we were successfully, surprisingly, able to achieve this particular investment which we delivered through export credit finance. So now, essentially in the ECA financing, what happens is it is not just about debt financing or the FDI financing, or for that matter of fact, it's not a debt. So plain debt kind of. It is the financing where the institute or the government institute which basically comes across as an investor also involves in your project. So that creates a very longer term feasibility and accountability towards the lender.
That's a quite effective one.
Yes. So what essentially we have seen also that there are a lot of ESG standard, there are a lot of compliances which we need to deliver. Not that they just simply coming as a FDI to the PMC and then you are building a particular hospital. It's not like that. The equipments are sourcing directly coming into them. Every milestone has mapped according to their EU standards, and all the certifications even before any disbursement they cross-check thrice. So these are the larger accountabilities which basically puts on the PMCs. More than that, what I have analyzed that I personally feel, sir, कि ये जो civic bodies है महाराष्ट्र की या फिर इंडिया की, इन्होंने सिर्फ कैटलिस्ट जैसे काम करना चाहिए फॉर द ग्लोबल कैपिटल. बिकॉज अगर पीएमसी ही खुद सोच ले कि मैं पुणे की डेवलपमेंट सारे ही सरप्लस फाइनेंसेस से कर लूँ, सारे ईपीसी टेंडर्स से कर लूँ, सारे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट से कर लूँ, तो कई बार स्टेट बजटरी में प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, स्टेट बजट के प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, अपने टैक्सेशन इश्यूज एंड द अदर फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज आर देयर. सो in my larger two disbursements, because in 23-24 we did about 42 million, 25-26 in the January we have done about 50 million to one of the very aspiring agriculture based company from Pune. So there also the disbursement have happened. So a lot of government integration is there. So I feel that government bodies should act as a catalyst, but not as a sole funder of the complete program. So that's where the low cost capital is involved. That's where the larger accountabilities from the cross-border bilateral financing is involved. Most important thing जो हमेशा कहा जाता है कि फिर government पे accountability आएगी, government पे accountability आएगी. So EU has a standard. So every project or every money they invest across the border, they provide you the insurance from their government bodies. And surprisingly, many of us should, not sure if we all know, all these insurances are cover political risk as well as the commercial risk. So they do 100% underwriting of the political as well as the commercial risk. So whatever in the political system happens, your project does not get affected. So I feel that global capital by disclosing the civic body's strength, even though they do not have finances or the cash-ready organization, but they have the scalability, they have the credibility, that will add a larger value in terms of, creating the infrastructure future-ready tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Goel sir, you being the representative of the entire real estate thing, और हम कहते हैं सर रोटी का बड़ा मकान, ये बहुत ही पहले का एक प्रोवर्ब था जो अभी भी एग्जिस्ट करता है, बट उसमें और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें अभी आ गई हैं. तो मकान बेसिकली पहले भी एग्जिस्ट करता था, आज भी करता है. तो व्हाट डज रियल एस्टेट प्ले इन एनी ऑफ द न्यू सिटीज़ टू कम अप विद? सर आपका क्या कहना है इसके ऊपर?
नहीं, एक्चुअली तो रियल एस्टेट का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है. अगर सिटी ग्रो होती है तो अभी तो जैसे यूडीसीपीआर आने के बाद तो जैसे है सिटी में भी बिल्डिंगें बनने लगी है. पुराने ज़माने में एफएसएन नहीं था तो हम देखें कि जैसे सदाशिव नारायण ये जो पेठ हैं, शनिवार पेठ, तो पुराने मकान 2 मंजिले 3 मंजिले होते थे, पर गवर्नमेंट की नई पॉलिसी की वजह से. पर मेरा कहना यही है कि अगर इमारतें ऊंची हो रही है तो सरकार को चाहिए कि रोड भी चौड़े किए जाएं, क्योंकि इससे ट्रैफिक बढ़ती है. पहले एक ज़माना था हर घर में साइकिल होती थी, स्कूटर होती थी. अब ज़माना है कि हर घर में 4 व्हीलर है, और एक नहीं 2-2 4 व्हीलर रखते हैं. अगर इतनी 4 व्हीलर मार्केट और रोड पे आती हैं तो उसका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर टाइम पे होना ज़रूरी है, और अदरवाइज ये कंजेशन हो जाता है. आज देखो पूरे महाराष्ट्र में बारिश की वजह से तूफान फैला हुआ है. तो अगर हमारी ड्रेनेज सिस्टम सही होती या फ्यूचर में ध्यान पे इतना ज़्यादा अगर बारिश होती है तो वो ड्रेनेज कहाँ से कहाँ जाता, ये प्लानिंग हम टाइम पे करते तो शायद ये प्रॉब्लम बॉम्बे या पूना में नहीं होती. तो इस हिसाब से अगर जैसे स्ट्रक्चर बढ़ता है, कंस्ट्रक्शन बढ़ता है, पर उसकी सुविधाएं, क्योंकि बिल्डर तो ये सब चीज़ें कर नहीं सकता. बिल्डर तो तुमने जो प्लान पास किया है, जो 1000 फ्लैट बनाए, 2000 फ्लैट, वो बना के रख देगा, पर बाकी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को करने की ज़रूरत ये पीएमसी की होती है. उन्होंने उस पर साथ ही साथ ध्यान देना चाहिए, ना कि पूरी होने के बाद वो चालू करे.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच. नितिन सर, healthcare is often viewed as a service, but perhaps it should also be viewed as a urban infrastructure. Unfortunately, अभी उसको सर्विस की तरह ही गिनते हैं, but वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का हिस्सा कोई इसमें इसको बोलता नहीं है. But what does a truly healthy city look like in your vision?
For a city like Pune, where we have excesses on one side with corporate hospitals, tertiary hospitals, cyber knife, radiation oncology, you name the machine in the world, the fastest CT angio. I'm proud to say we do it in 1.5 minutes. So if you do an angiography in 1.5 minutes, you're looking at that. But on the other hand, Sassoon Hospital, from where I trained and where most of our fellows have trained, the poor hospital runs out of a CT scan machine in about 1.5 years. You get to replace that machine at the end of 5 to 7 years if somebody has some political will to it. The unfortunate part of this country is that we spend 1.8% of our GDP on health. I'm still lucky I got the third question. Usually we get the last questions. So that's where we lie till somebody falls ill. And when somebody falls ill, you realize that all that mattered, everything else can come secondary, but health comes primarily.
We knew that, sir. Hence we get that second.
So for 1.8% of your GDP, you're got excesses where you belong to, so people belong to countries with 10% GDP, UK, the Scandinavian countries, where everything is free of cost, but you cannot see a doctor, you don't have the population for doctors. So there are largesses on both sides, there are shortfalls on both sides. But if you want to say what do you want to prepare today, in today's day and time, I would like our patients to have the basic primary care, at least at their own taluka place, district place, village place, which has happened. If you go to 20 kilometers outside Pune, if you draw a circle, today 99% of oncology, oncosurgery, radiation oncology, cardiac surgery, orthopedics is Ayushman Bharat. Nothing, no private practitioner is even having any practice if you're not a part of a scheme. So if you have Mahatma Jyotiba Phule accounting for 99% of expenditure, that means something right has been done. So there is a lot of right which is being done by these governments in the last 10, 15 years. There is no private practitioner who can work without a scheme. So that is the kind of percolation which has happened. But still patients are filing short because, see, primary care has been looked after by the governments. The secondary care is where the villages still fall short. So hernia surgery, a fracture, basic care, those surgeries should have been done out there. They are forced and they are pushed into bigger cities. Your bigger cities, when they come at a cost. They come at infrastructure. Your people who are losing man hours, they're coming alone. They're coming with 2 relatives from there. Their man hours are gone. They have to spend on themselves. Unfortunately, today we still see women who are given secondary care. तिचं राहून दे, तिचं नंतर बघूया, आपण ह्याचं तर करून घ्या आता. So those kind of things we are still facing. So everything is not bad, everything is not gloomy. There's a lot of nice things which are happening.
Scope of improvement is still there.
Definitely, and AI is also there. And today you have, we have patients who sit in front of us with ChatGPT on one side, Claude on the other side, put 5 symptoms in, you get an entire model, and I go to sit scratching after 30 years. I also don't remember what they are talking about. So this is the fact. We are going to deal with these people. Your phones are going to be your health givers. You mentioned about your heart rate going up and down. You have got Google, which is giving you the health diagnostics. Apple, which is coming up with diagnosis. Samsung has its own health care. So this is the future. We are going to have to deal with all of this. But still, when you do fall ill, all you want is a warm hand touching you, a pulse being taken, a blood pressure being taken, somebody giving you 2 minutes. Unfortunately, the doctor has everything except 2 minutes.
And tell you that all is well.
Except 2 minutes, we have everything.
True,
and
sir.
I wish we can give you all 2 minutes.
True, sir. Well said, sir. Dr. Chinmay Bhosle, sir. Economic growth thrives where people feel secure, Can a city truly become globally competitive if citizens and business do feel safe? I'm sorry, do not feel safe.
Definitely, I do feel that economics and law and order are completely going hand in hand. Many a times we view this safety angle and law and order angle in a very tertiary way and a very way which is bereft from economics or governance maybe. We look at that, as I would say, from a governance point of view, it's a cost center look at it. That if you want to give as many police officers, as many judges, as many courtrooms, maybe that's a cost for any government. And we probably don't look at the underlying unseen economic impact of it on the larger economy per se. So I do not think so there's any economy on this planet which is not safe. Just to get examples around way smaller and way earlier, what I can think right across my mind right now is smaller countries which have recently developed, like Dubai, for example. It was supposed to be a desert for 40, 50 years ago. And the way they have developed right now, one of the most principal reasons is also their law and order situation. Look at Singapore as well. It's extremely tiny in comparison to India. But the way in which they have evolved from the law and order perspective, it's extremely commendable. And when you have such ecosystems where people feel safe, the business houses feel safe, no one is threatened in any way, that is the ecosystem which generates and attracts the most amount of money, I would say. And to top it, unless and until there's that security from the legal angle as well, you don't really, we wouldn't want to put in money in an ecosystem where we do not feel there is security to earn out of it and even recover any part of that. So overall, definitely I feel law and order per se does go hand in hand when it comes to the economics and scaling of any economy in our country, I would say. And if Pune we want to contribute largely, as Maharashtra we want to contribute to $1 trillion economy as has been envisioned by our Chief Minister, I think Pune, Bombay are two places which are supposed to play the biggest role in it, and for which we definitely need to make sure that law and order is one of the topmost priorities in both of them.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Pranav, so talent basically will define the cities of tomorrow, for sure. How can universities become an engine of innovation, entrepreneurship, regional economic growth, wherein we are not only producing graduates, postgraduates, but also job creators, entrepreneurs? Do you think that is the direction that we all need to work upon?
Yeah, for sure, sir. Because universities are not now only teaching centers, or teaching learning centers. Rather, they become drivers of innovation, where now with the start of this national education policy, there are many things being introduced in a very nice manner and a very in a curriculum driven systems. Now, there are two things which I would like to highlight. How can a university become drivers of future cities readiness? Now see, when we talk about talent readiness, there are two perspectives. We are dealing with Gen Zs. Now when we are dealing with Gen Zs, they would love to have challenges. They don't want to go with the conventional systems that we are being taught and we are being nurtured. They want challenges. So while having a challenges to them, we should have another aspect where their EQ level should also be of that level, where someone has rightly pointed out, 2 minutes, sir, we have 2 minutes. So that point should be taken care, that empathy should be there. And while driving all these innovations and entrepreneurship, you rightly said that instead of being a job seeker, we should develop an entrepreneurs, those who are job givers. And definitely, and giving an example, what our university is doing with our School of Sciences, we have started Rahat School, wherein we are reaching out to the society, to section of the society who are not being treated well. So our school has 2 different courses like clinical psychology and nutritional dietetics, which is very important. Now we are dealing with such a section that you have problems, we have some solutions, we can give them solutions with some empathetical approaches and different aspects. So
solution-driven approaches.
Yes, and universities. Okay.
ठीक है सर, कोई नहीं. Sir, actually I had to skip, but I just need one statement from each one of you. कोई vision खाली जानना है कि अगर what has this city has given, sir, that Chitle has gone a global brand and any other brand can actually also look forward to. So it's not about city like Pune, but any city like Pune, what the city has given it to you.
So see, we are a manufacturing company. And for any manufacturing company to be competitive, the cost control needs to be very good. The access to good infrastructure is very critical. And also equally important is the access to a good market as well as talent. So if you look at any of the tier 2 cities, which are say the non-capital cities of the states, which is say Pune or Sambhajinagar or Nashik, I think all of these are having all of these aspects because we have connectivity to ports and airports, which enable us global network. We have good talent because of the colleges and the ecosystem here. We also have a good stable population because the housing prices are controlled and the infrastructure. So when all of this combines together is when I think a city actually propels into the next leap. And that way we create a generation ahead of us which is better. So that way, that is what we have to keep enabling again and again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I'll wind up in 2 minutes. And there is one exercise basically for the audience. So I just had a wonderful conversation with the amazing panelists. But there is an exercise for all the, the guests as well. What is your thought about the next, plan of action for the smart city should be? You can just write it on a piece of paper and you can give it to us. The most relevant ones will be published on Pune Times Mirror as a part of the white paper that we are going to release. So we want citizens also to contribute to this. So thank you so much. Thank you each and everyone for just giving you a valuable input. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. That was an eye-opening conversation for me for sure. I truly realized that there are many moving parts to make a city actually great and future ready. India's future belongs to its youth. And every great city is ultimately built by generations who dream beyond themselves. Please welcome the students of the Lexicon Group presenting a special tribute to our nation. Thank you so much. But before we move forward to the person I want to listen to too, I would request the dais to please felicitate Sridhar Pitti, Chairman and Managing Director, Pitti Group. So please come on stage. Please give him a big round of applause, please. To speak about the vision behind this national initiative, may I invite Dr. Pankaj Sharma, Chairman, Lexicon Group, and Pune Times Mirror and Civic Mirror, to share his vision with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Governor Saab, you know, I've listened to him where he's grown up in the journey. Election lade, mayor bane, deputy chief minister bane, आज governor बने, लेकिन एक चीज़ इन्होंने नहीं भूली, वो है humility. He's such a wonderful person. He's so humble. And all these students who are sitting here, today you are where you are, but tomorrow if you all become big, try to become as humble as this person who's sitting here. Thank you, sir. आप इतनी दूर से आए हो. पहले शिमला से चंडीगढ़ आए, चंडीगढ़ से फ्लाइट लेके दिल्ली आए, दिल्ली से पुणे आए, पुणे से. He's attending only this function and going away. Only for this function he came. So thank you for doing what you are doing, and I really appreciate, because the topic that Pune Mirror has chosen is so interesting that probably that has moved him to come from where he's coming today. You know, in the year 1965, 1965 में एक city थी. There was a city which had just got its independence. This city had a problem. This city did not have drainage system. This city had no land. This city had no future. But there were some people who had a vision to grow this city. They grew this city in the right direction, and from 1965, where this city was nothing, that city became one of the best cities in the world. That city is called Singapore. If a city can transform itself so wonderfully, India is got probably 8 to 10 cities which has got population as much as Singapore. Imagine if there are 10 Singapores within India, what this country will look like. And some of y'all may say, sir, हमारे यहाँ तो politicians ठीक नहीं हैं, हमारा corporator ठीक नहीं है, हमारा MLA ठीक नहीं है, MP ठीक नहीं है, minister ठीक नहीं है. I know we should expect from them and expect the right things, because you will get what you want from them. If you want roads, you'll get roads. If you want infrastructure, you'll get infrastructure. If you want IT, because they want to win elections again. So they will give you what you all want to win. So expect the right things, but if you all do not get it, अगर उसके बावजूद भी नहीं मिलता है, you know, it's like हमारे घर में अगर कुक आता है खाना बनाने के लिए, जिस दिन कुक नहीं आया, उस दिन क्या होता है? What happens that day? अरे all audience, tell me what happens जिस दिन खाना नहीं बनता है, कुक नहीं आता है, क्या होता है? Zomato और उपवास एक दिन करोगे सर, अगर 2 दिन नहीं आया तो no, you'll sleep hungry once, twice. खुद बनाते हो. So या Zomato करोगे या खुद बनाओगे. Similarly, इस देश की तरक्की के लिए कोई आगे आए ना आए. You all youngsters here, you all have everything that God has given you all. Believe me, 1965, you all may think this is kitabi batein. 1965 में भी किसी ने सोचा होगा when Singapore was being born कि ये देश कभी आगे नहीं जाएगा, but it is the citizens that have come together and created a wonderful place to stay. If they can do it, we can also do it. And you know, this is one place. Pune So Pune Times Mirror, we also starting a Mumbai edition very soon. And the governor of Maharashtra, sir, he was here last, say about 10-15 days back. 15 दिन पहले he had come and he inaugurated our newspaper which we are starting in Mumbai. So Pune Mirror is also being started in Mumbai as a Mumbai edition. And we thought, this platform that we establish here in Pune, this is just not one-off event. This event will be done in other cities, like Akash was saying. We are going to go to Mumbai, we are going to go to Delhi. हम शिमला भी आएंगे सर, वहाँ पर भी एक function करेंगे. Sir is from Shimla, so we'll go to other cities. We'll try and at least start a movement. I don't know how much successful we will be. We don't know that, but कोशिश ज़रूर करेंगे. Like Neeraj always says, what was that one that you say? जीत उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंख से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. So thank you very much, and we had a wonderful time. What amazing learnings we had, and when you all spoke, there's so much to learn from all of you all here. And thank you so much, and thank you once again, Governor Sir, for being here and blessing this city, blessing everybody, and we look for a future Pune soon, very soon. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been eagerly waiting for. It is now my profound honor and privilege to invite the Honorable Governor of Himachal Pradesh, Shri Kavinder Gupta ji, to deliver the keynote address.
आज के इस बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कार्यक्रम में हमारे बीच में प्रमुख रूप से उपस्थित श्रीमान पंकज शर्मा जी, चेयरमैन लक्सकॉन ग्रुप पुणे मिरर, श्री नीरज जी, वाइस चेयरमैन, डॉक्टर वेद प्रकाश शर्मा जी, श्रीमती शीतल जी, डायरेक्टर पुणे मिरर, फ्यूचर सिटीज़ फोरम 2026 के उद्घाटन के इस अवसर पर आप सभी के बीच में मेरा उपस्थित होना मेरे लिए अत्यंत हर्ष का विषय है. मैं पुणे टाइम्स मिरर एवं लेक्सिकॉन ग्रुप को इस दूरदर्शी एवं राष्ट्रीय महत्व की पहल के लिए हार्दिक बधाई देना चाहता हूं. मैं समझता हूं कि ये कल कार्यक्रम नहीं है, बल्कि भारत के भविष्य के शहरी विकास की दिशा निर्धारित करने वाला एक राष्ट्रीय कार्यक्रम है. मैं तो ये भी चाहूँगा कि किसी वक्त हमारे ये जो आयोजक हैं, मैं भी इनकी मीटिंग करवाऊँगा. हमारे हाउसिंग मिनिस्टर जो श्रीमान मनोहर लाल जी खट्टर मेरे अच्छे मित्र हैं, उनके साथ बैठकर भी इस बात पर कहीं ना कहीं आपको चर्चा करनी चाहिए और एक विषय को आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए. भारत आज इतिहास के ऐसे निर्णायक मोड़ पर खड़ा है जहां हमारी आकांक्षाएं केवल आर्थिक प्रगति तक सीमित नहीं हैं, बल्कि एक समृद्ध, सक्षम, आत्मनिर्भर और विकसित भारत के निर्माण की हम सोच रहे हैं. प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो एक संकल्प लिया है 2047 तक भारत को विकसित भारत बनाना, उसमें हम सभी का योगदान है. और विशेष करके जो भी एक मैसेज जाता है, मुझे लगता है कि शहरों से एक मैसेज जाता है. शहरों के लोग दूसरों से बढ़कर के सोचते हैं और इस विषय को अपने आप में सभी को समन्वय के माध्यम से आगे ले जाना मुझे लगता है एक महत्वपूर्ण पहल है, एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है. इसके लिए मैं आप सभी को बधाई देना चाहता हूँ. ये संकल्प तभी साकार होगा जब हमारे शहर नवाचार, सुशासन, पर्यावरण संरक्षण, तकनीकी उत्कृष्टता और मानवीय संवेदनाओं के केंद्र बनेंगे. और सभी लोग जो आज इन्होंने बिठाए थे पैनलिस्ट, हर फील्ड से हैं और हर फील्ड के बारे में जब सोचा जाएगा तो स्वाभाविक बात है कि इस विषय को आगे बढ़ने से कोई रोक नहीं सकता। आज का शहर केवल इमारतों और सड़कों का समूह नहीं है। शहर वह स्थान है जहाँ नए नए अवसर जन्म लेते हैं, विचार आकार लेते हैं, उद्योग विकसित होते हैं और राष्ट्र की जो हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था है उसको गति प्राप्त होती है। यदि भारत विश्व का अग्रणी अर्थव्यवस्था बनना चाहता है तो हमारे शहरों को भी इस प्रकार से विश्व स्तरीय बनाना होगा। हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, लेकिन और बहुत कुछ करने की ज़रूरत है। आने वाले जो 20 साल हैं वो हमारे लिए बहुत ही काम करने का समय है और मुझे लगता है कि सभी पर आज से ही सोचना शुरू करेंगे तो स्वाभाविक बात है कि हम विकसित भारत जिसका हम सपना ले रहे हैं वहाँ तक पहुँचेंगे। हमें ऐसे शहरों का निर्माण करना होगा जो केवल स्मार्ट नहीं बल्कि संवेदनशील, समावेशी, सुरक्षित, स्वच्छ, हरित तकनीक सक्षम और नागरिक केंद्रित हों, जहाँ विकास और पर्यावरण साथ साथ चलें, जहाँ आधुनिकता और सांस्कृतिक विरासत का संतुलन आपस में बना रहे और जहाँ प्रत्येक जो नागरिक है सम्मान, सुरक्षा एवं इन सभी का जो है अनुभव कर सके। इसी उद्देश्य की पूर्ति के लिए फ्यूचर सिटीज़ फोरम जैसी पहल अत्यंत मुझे लगता है महत्वपूर्ण है। ये मंच सरकार, प्रशासन, उद्योग, शिक्षा, नगर नियोजन और समाज के विभिन्न वर्गों के बीच में सार्थक संवाद जो है आपस में स्थापित करेगा और इसकी शुरुआत जो हमने की है वो निश्चय ही आगे बढ़। अगर हम जिस प्रकार से हमारे मित्र कह रहे थे पंकज जी कि हम शिमला में भी जाकर के इस प्रकार का आयोजन करेंगे, जम्मू में भी जाकर के, मुझे लगता है कि इस प्रकार से जो वहाँ का चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स है, वहाँ की जो इंडस्ट्री है, जहाँ वहाँ के जो दूसरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, जो बाज़ारों की एसोसिएशंस हैं, उनको बिठा करके जब चर्चा की जाएगी तो निश्चय ही आज शहरों में एक चिंता बढ़ रही है। जैसे मैं जम्मू का रहने वाला हूँ, वहाँ अक्सर होता है कि आपको पता है जहाँ भी शहर बनते हैं बाईपासेस बन जाते हैं और बाईपासेस के बनने से शहर के लोगों को चिंता होने लगती है कि लोग बाहर बाहर से चले जाएंगे, जो टूरिस्ट है वो धीरे धीरे हमारे से खिसकता चला जाएगा। सबसे पहले इकोनॉमी उसकी शहर की ठीक होनी चाहिए। तो इसी प्रकार से हर तरह का सामूहिक सोच, जिस प्रकार से हमारा हेल्थ केयर अच्छा होना चाहिए, हमारी एजुकेशन वहाँ पर अच्छी होनी चाहिए, स्कूल हमारे बच्चे किस माध्यम से पहुँच सकें, उनकी अप्रोचेबल हों, इन सभी चीज़ों पर ध्यान देना बहुत ज़रूरी है। मुझे लगता है कि इस पर भी हमें सोचना होगा। जो हमारा पुणे शहर है सदैव ज्ञान, शिक्षा, नवाचार और उद्योग का केंद्र रहा है। इस राष्ट्रीय मंच की शुरुआत पुणे से करना एक सार्थक कदम है। मुझे ये जानकर भी प्रसन्नता है कि इस मंच को आगे चलकर मुंबई, दिल्ली, शिमला, बेंगलुरु और महाराष्ट्र में अपने ही बहुत से शहर हैं, उनमें भी अनेक प्रमुख शहरों में जाने की योजना जो आप बना रहे हैं वो एक अच्छी शुरुआत है। यह निश्चित रूप से भारत के शहरी विकास के लिए एक सशक्त राष्ट्रीय अभियान सिद्ध होगा। मैं इस प्रेरणादायी पहल के लिए श्रीमान पंकज शर्मा जी, नीरज जी, पुणे टाइम्स मिरर की पूरी टीम को और साथ में डॉक्टर वेद शर्मा जी सहित सभी सहयोगियों को विशेष रूप से बधाई भी देना चाहता हूं। आपके सामूहिक प्रयास इस मंच को राष्ट्रीय ही नहीं बल्कि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर भी विशिष्ट पहचान देंगे। आइए हम सब मिल करके ऐसे भारत का निर्माण का संकल्प लें जहां प्रत्येक शहर विकास का इंजन हो, प्रत्येक नागरिक उसको साबित करने के लिए अपनी शक्ति इसमें लगाए और प्रत्येक प्रयास राष्ट्र निर्माण की दिशा की ओर एक नया अध्याय बने। मैं भी जम्मू म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन का पहला मेयर बना था। कुछ शहर में किस प्रकार से वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, दूसरी चीज़ें, पानी की व्यवस्था, इन सभी चीज़ों पर फोकस रहता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि जब शहर बढ़ते हैं, आज तो भारत सरकार की तरफ से इस प्रकार की कोशिश भी की जा रही है कि जो माइग्रेशन है गांव से कम शहरों में ना हो और शहरों में इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था बने कि उनको जो सही इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है वहाँ पर भी उपलब्ध हो। इस प्रकार की एक कोशिश है। तो मुझे लगता है कि इस पर भी विचार करना चाहिए कि बढ़ते शहर बड़े हैं, लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट के माध्यम से भी यहाँ पर फ्लैट्स भी ले लेते हैं, 2-2, 3-3 जगह घर भी बनाते हैं। गाड़ियों का भी अभी जिक्र आया था इसमें, तो गाड़ियाँ भी एक घर में कभी साइकिल का नहीं होता था, तो हमने जो पुरानी लेन्स थी वो इस प्रकार की बनाई थी कि हम कहाँ गाड़ी लेंगे, लेकिन आज एक घर में 4 गाड़ियाँ हैं। इन सभी विषयों पर हमारा जो सीवरेज है उसको हम किस प्रकार से मैनेज कर पाएंगे। ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि बारिश, महाराष्ट्र में बारिश होती है, अगर बारिश होती है तो सारा वो जो गंदगी है वो बाहर आ जाए। इन चीज़ों को मैनेज करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। पिछले दिनों मैं जम्मू में एमएलए था, तो मुझे स्मार्ट सिटी का काम शुरू हुआ, तो मैं देख रहा था सिर्फ टाइल्स लगाने के लिए जो फुटपाथ पे है, नीचे नालियाँ बंद पड़ी हैं, लेकिन टाइल्स लगाने का काम, तो उसको मैंने रुकवाया काम को। तो मैंने कहा कि अब ये नालियाँ रुकेंगी तो उसका जिम्मेवार कौन होगा। शहर के लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं इनिशिएटिव लेने की ज़रूरत होती है, उसको जहाँ गलत काम हो रहा है उसको रोकने की ज़रूरत होती है। इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था को मुझे लगता है कि हम सभी को सोचना होगा। जब लोग जागृत होंगे तभी ये संभव हो पाएगा, नहीं तो ठेकेदार आएगा, अपना पैसा कमा करके अपना काम करके चला जाएगा। लेकिन इन सभी चीज़ों में मुझे लगता है लोगों की इन्वॉल्वमेंट बहुत ज़रूरी है, अवेयरनेस बहुत ज़रूरी है। आपको जो हमारे नगर के पार्षद हैं उनको भी कॉन्फ्रेंस में लेना होगा, उनकी भी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस करवानी होगी। जितना मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है उसके हिसाब से मैंने बात की है, तो मैं एक बार इस फ्यूचर सिटी फोरम को 2026 की जो चर्चा हुई है इसकी सफलता की कामना करता हूं और विश्वास व्यक्त करता हूं कि ये मंच आने वाले वर्षों में भी शहरी विकास की ओर एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम होगा और नई ऊर्जा लेकर के लोगों के बीच में जाएगा। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपने मुझे सुना और मुझे अच्छा लगा आप सब लोगों के बीच में आकर के कि हमने ये जो शुरुआत की है, आने वाले समय में जब ये हमारी सोच दूसरे शहरों में भी पहुंचेगी, वहाँ भी इस प्रकार के आयोजन वहाँ पर होंगे, तो इससे जो एक सामूहिक सोच बनेगी तो आने वाले समय में एक नया रास्ता तय करेगी। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring and visionary address. May I now request all dignitaries and honorees to kindly come forward for an official group photograph. So everybody please who's sitting on the front row could please come for a photograph.